What's up guys, and welcome back. This is episode 2 of the GoPro Newbie must-have accessories. So if you're new to GoPro and want to know the things that you must have, then stick around. This is for you. Okay, so like I said, this is episode 2 of this series. So if you missed the first episode, which is all about SD cards, then I'll post a link somewhere up here so you can go back and watch that either now or at the end of this video. I'll also post that in the description below. So again, like I said in the first video, I am not any type of representative from GoPro. I'm not an affiliate of GoPro. I'm just a guy who loves to use their products, their cameras, and all their accessories. So the number 2 thing on this list, the must-have accessories once you buy your first GoPro, is a spare battery. Now I think this is extremely important to go ahead and get a spare battery. Your GoPro comes with one battery, which is fine. You're gonna find yourself in a lot of situations where you will need a second battery, maybe even a third. I think the 3 is a sweet spot of where you need to be, but you definitely need to have at least one extra battery. Now you can pick up these GoPro brand batteries for about 20 bucks. I think just about anywhere you look, they're gonna be about 20 bucks. This is also the same thing for the Hero 4. So either way, either the Hero 5 or the Hero 4, they're gonna cost you about 20 bucks. Now, if you have a GoPro Hero 5, you're gonna be stuck with the GoPro brand name batteries. You cannot get any aftermarket batteries with the Hero 5. Something about the firmware with the Hero 5, it only works with their batteries. However, if you have a GoPro Hero 4, or I guess a 3, any of the older cameras, you can use aftermarket batteries from other brands, which gives you tons of options because there's tons of companies who make batteries for these cameras. So another really cool option for about $25 more, 50 bucks, you get this dual charger. This is another really cool option. And the reason why this is so cool is because it also comes with a second battery. So you get a dual charging port with a spare battery. It also comes with a charging cable, so you get that. So you can either pay $20 for one spare battery or pay $50 for a spare battery and a dual charger. The cool thing with the dual charger, of course, you can charge 2 batteries at the same time. So your GoPro already comes with one battery. You get a second one and the dual charger. You can charge 2 batteries at the same time. So if you had 3 batteries, you could be charging 2 batteries at the same time and using one battery to record. So the benefits of this dual charger, again, there's only $25 more. You get a battery, a charger, and a cable. You charge 2 batteries at the same time. And you can also store your batteries like this. So if you're gonna put your batteries away or throw them in a backpack, you can put them in this double charger, toss them in your bag, and be done with it. So I've read a lot of questions online about how long does the battery last. You know, you can make it with one battery if you follow a lot of tips that you may read, or I'm gonna give you a few tips at the end of this video on how to save some of your battery life. I was looking on GoPro's website today, looking at what they say how long the battery life will last. Now this is with a Hero 5 Black, so I don't know what the specs are on the Hero 4 or the Hero 3, but on the Hero 5, just one example of what they say. At 1080p, 30 frames per second in the wide field of view, with video only on, GoPro says that you get 2 hours and 30 minutes out of your battery life. With the video stabilization and the GPS, they say you get 2 hours and 5 minutes. And with the video, stabilization, GPS, and Wi-Fi, they say you get 1 hour and 45 minutes. So if that's okay with you, and you think you can get by with just that one battery that you get with your GoPro, then that's fine. However, I've never tried this, tried to just turn my camera on and record and see how long it takes. So I don't know how accurate these numbers are, but that's what GoPro says, so I guess that's what it does. Now I want to give you a few tips on how you can save your battery life while you're recording. I can usually go out for a whole day and record tons of footage off just one battery. A lot of times I don't even have to put in my second battery. I have 2 batteries, but a lot of times I don't use my second battery. So the first tip I have is to use the one button push to record all your video. And the one button push means that your camera is turned off, right? It's in the off position. You push the record button on the top, your camera automatically turns on and starts recording at whatever settings that you already have preset for your camera to record. So once you're done your filming, you hit that button again on the top, it stops recording and turns off. That way if you're not filming things, you're not just constantly having your camera on, you're not constantly wasting your battery life. You know, I like to try to pick and choose my moments that I record. So if I'm just sitting around and nothing's happening, I turn my camera off. When I know that I'm gonna need to record something, that's when I turn on my camera, record the 2 or 3 minutes at a time, turn it off. Turn it back on again, record for another 3, 4, 5 minutes, and turn it off when I'm done. All right, so just to kind of give you an idea of how the one button push works, my camera's turned off now. I hit the button on the top to record. It automatically powers on and starts recording. So when you're done, hit the button on the top again to stop the recording. And the camera shuts off. Easy peasy. So another battery saving tip is to turn off all that extra stuff that you don't need. The GoPro Hero 5 has Wi-Fi, has stabilization, has GPS, has all these extra gadgets that you may not need or may not use all the time. So if you're not using your GPS, if you're not overlaying GPS footage on your videos, then turn your GPS off if you don't need it. Also, if you're not using your voice control commands, turn those off. That also uses up your battery. Turn off your Wi-Fi. I believe the Wi-Fi is probably the most single battery suck that you can get on this camera. It drains your battery. So if you're not using an external remote, if you're not using your capture app on your phone, then turn all that off because that will save you tons of battery. Also, when your camera is being stored, take the battery out of your camera. Put it in your bag, put your battery away separately, put your camera away separately, and leave it like that. I'm not sure if the battery is being drained when it's in the camera, but I feel like I've left it in there before for a day or two, come back, and my battery be a little bit weaker than it was. So again, guys, the number 2 thing that you need to get after you get your GoPro, you get your SD card, go get you a spare battery. If nothing else, pick you up a $20 battery if you don't want to spend the extra $25 for the dual charger. Although I highly recommend that. I use that thing all the time. Even if you have 2 batteries, you can use them both. When you get home at the end of the day, you can throw them both in that dual charger, charge up your batteries. I think it's excellent. It works great. You can also get that for the Hero 4. So if you got a 4 camera, they also make that dual charger for the Hero 4 as well. All right, guys. Well, I guess that about wraps it up for this episode. Again, this was all about the battery, so go get you a new battery. If this was helpful for you, please give me a thumbs up so that I know. If you want to keep watching this series, I'm going to do a few more episodes that I'm going to post once every week at least. If this is helpful for you, consider subscribing and check it out so that way you don't miss anything. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, or complaints, leave those below in the comments section and I will answer them the best I can. Again, I'm not a professional, I'm not a GoPro representative, so I may not know everything, but I have been using this camera for a pretty good while and I think I can probably answer most of your questions. I'll see you again soon. Thanks.